I ain't never ran from a gunfight. This is you and me, mano y mano, you're damn right. Don't act like you don't know.
Hey, how y'all doing? However y'all watching this, hope y'all having a wonderful and blessed time. If you came from my short, God bless you, your year, your family. If you came from YouTube, just happened to stumble across it, God bless you and your family, your year, your week, whatever. If you are an unbeliever, God bless you, your family, and etc. If you're trans, whatever, God bless you, your family, etc. Man, I'm not one of them Christians or one of those followers of Christ's teachings who's gonna bash anybody for anything they got going on. If you living in sin, you living in sin. Guess what? We all fall short of the glory of God, man. I'm not on here to bash nobody. I'm not one of them Christians who's gonna bash somebody for their sin. Because guess what? I live in sin every single day. We all commit sin every single day. You feel me? Let's get into it. What does it mean to die to live? See, dying to ourselves can feel like a bad thing. Most people want to be exalted, applaud, and promote themselves. But in God's kingdom, dying to ourselves is essential. See, Galatians 2:20. This is the NIV version. If you're following in the King James or anything else, you will not understand this translation. I have been crucified with Christ, and I no longer live, but Christ lives within me. See, the life I live in the body, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave his life for me. That's the NIV version, as I reiterate. See, a lump of clay cannot become a work of art unless it's been shaped into something else. A container of paint cannot be used for a masterpiece unless it is first poured out. A carbon deposit must change in order to become a beautiful diamond. A caterpillar must first give up its old way of life in order to become a majestic and beautiful, magnificent butterfly. See, God's invitation to die is actually an invitation to live. See, when we give our lives over to God, we are choosing to surrender our plans, our desires, and our gifts, and that can be hard. Trust me, it's hard trusting in God. Even for me, man. You know, it's hard giving my problems, my hopes, my dreams over to him, because you know I'm ambitious, I'm creative, and on top of that, I want to do things on my own. But guess what? Guess what? But we also know there's something better when we are with God. There's someone better because we are with God on the other side. See, God can realign our plans, reshape our desires, and repurpose our gifts for his glory. See, the Apostle Paul, the author of Galatians, knew firsthand the changing life power of Christ. Christ's power radically transformed Paul from someone who used to persecute believers, just like I did. Most people have done it. If you are a born-again Christian, you have done it. If you are an atheist, that an ex-atheist, excuse me, you have done it. And to a passionate follower of Jesus. And that's what we all are. If you're here on this video, you're a passionate follower of Jesus now. See, because of that experience, Paul knew that the only way to live was by surrendering every area of his life to Christ. And boy, is that hard. See, this is why he invites us to do the same. See, Jesus couldn't have been resurrected without first being crucified. See, the same is true for all of us. See, what do you need to give Jesus today? What behavior, habit, thoughts do you need to crucify? And one thing I will tell you, come as you are to Jesus. Give him permission to transform and renew your life. Because guess what? Ain't no other deity out there gonna be able to renew your life for the better. And then on top of that, when you renew your life for the better, you're no longer dead inside, but you live. See, your soul is no longer dead. You're no longer away from God, but you're living in God. You're living for God. And trust me and believe it works. Trust and believe that God is going to be there in your life. Trust and believe that when he says, I do all things for your good, he's doing all things for your good. See, you need to understand that God ain't never going to go nowhere. God is always going to be right there, no matter how high you climb on that mountain, how low you go in that valley. He always going to be right there behind you, chasing after you if you are a sinner.
Don't act like you don't know.